Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
Solidify! At least I...
Lini has told me the whole story. Lorenzo, do you confess to the murder of Caesar and to framing him for the Phantom Weasel's crimes?
Look, what kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it. Because the...
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Lenny? Should we start preparing for your show?
Let me think. Let's rendezvous.
Good point!
Ah, you're back. You were so quick.
You're third?
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and drop.
That's besides the...
Did everything go okay?
Of course!
Gosh, that's amazing. I'm sorry, I still didn't... I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but I...
It's okay, we understand, but you don't need to...
I always want... I was so... Thank you all.
Thank you all for clearing Caesar's name. I never would have guessed that Lorenzo was the real Phantom Weasel. He never showed any signs that there were problems between him and Caesar in public. From the outside, to think that lowlife's been living life to the fullest all this time, while Caesar's name was getting dragged through the mud. Is it? At least his soul can finally rest in peace.
If only I'd realized.
Don't blame yourself, Gemma.
Yeah, you...
Cheer up, Gemma. My brother's doing a This show will be a...
In Caesar's honor. Thank you.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow evening.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No, where are we go? Wait. Paimon feels like we're forgetting something. Oh yeah, Caesar's diary! We never found out if the two kids... changed the topic back in the workshop, so we didn't get a chance to bring it up. Oh well. Guess we'll just have to... Paiwan's excited to see another of Linny's magic shows! Wait. Lynette, shouldn't you be on stage?
Not this time. My brother, so I'll be watching with you.
Good evening, ladies. The great magician Linny has prepared a
Thank you all so much.
Exciting.
Yes, it's just... It reminds me of him.
No wonder. Caesar was a famous magician too. So, how did you two first meet, Gemma?
Well, I was out on the street once, and I saw him performing for little children. Children love magic, because they're willing to believe in things that can't be rationally explained. Caesar had this amazing way of bringing them into a dreamlike world, and somehow...
Aww.
It was...
Oh, that's...
Is that right, after all?
That's right.
Right. Yes, you can breathe easy.
See? Even Lynette, the Phantom Weasel! Lorenzo escaped? Where is he?
What do you mean, Phantom Weasel?
As Linny once said, but once the bag of tricks is empty and the curtain falls, it's time to end the show. The spotlight is no place for someone. It's been 10 years, Gemma. Aren't you?
What are you... Talk, Traveler! Paimon doesn't like where this is going! Come on!
Ladies, and there will now be a brief The final performance will take place outside of the Opera House.
The Phantom Weasel never did like public places, did they? Don't worry. This place will be quiet soon. Let's talk some...
Dear me, this is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so I'm afraid I can't. This is a big mistake for a magician to make. But thankfully,
Lenny? Lynette accused Gemma of being the real Phantom Weasel a moment ago.
all in good time. Magicians are good at guessing what people are thinking. I know.
Really? Well then...
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, when the... But as her infamy grew, so did the readiness of the police, and her opportunities to act became ever fewer. Every day, she ran the risk of being exposed for who she was. Of course, she could not simply take this lying down, and before long, she found her ticket to freedom. She would create a scapegoat, a false weasel to close the chapter on her behalf. After weighing her options, she set her sights on a renowned magician, Caesar. After all, magic and theft shared enough similarities for people to buy the story when the truth came out.
So then what?
Being the master deceiver she was, the weasel easily earned Caesar's trust, but as she was at her incurred afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation. Two co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
But I just have...
Don't worry, but I never believed that he was the weasel, and in fact, my investigation only made me more certain of that.
How disappointing. So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me, even without a shred of evidence?
A magician is an expert at playing the audience to get the result they want, and I have no doubt that you, Gemma, are equally talented in this regard. With a little help from Lorenzo, you put on a very convincing performance. The lovesick fiancé, whose devotion to her betrothed is unshakable, even under threats of violence. Caesar was maligned and hated by all for 10 years, but you? Who would suspect—
Wait. But why would Lorenzo agree to that?
Yes, why indeed? Maybe Gemma herself could enlighten us on that question.
Well, Linny, if you're so confident having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt. Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But...
An excellent...
Is that right?
As a matter of fact, why would the...
Of course. If I left to fend for herself after her parents died, she'd scrounge... This was her own... Once again, This was a fate too cruel for... I detest... I will rob them of...
That's some pretty heavy stuff.
Does this story satisfy you, Linny?
Yes, it is quite to my tastes. Thank you for helping to clear up my confusion.
Huh. That's right. What drove you to write that letter, Gemma? What were you trying to achieve there? Because without that, none of this would have ever come to light.
She didn't write the letter.
After 10 long years, I'd hoped that the Phantom Weasel would be consigned to the history books by now. But it seems like someone still wasn't ready to let her finally be at peace. Linny. Or should I call you the Phantom Copycat?
Very sure. Well, no. The most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the Weasel to show themselves. Of course we did.
Wait. He taught you magic.
We remember 10 years ago, but we...
And?
Free? Caesar once I think that applies. Life took many things from you, and those wounds never healed. When they ached unbearably in the dead of night, stealing became your way of numbing the pain.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that for the last 10 years, you've been living a rather uneventful life. Perhaps that's because you found something other than a life of crime to fill the hole? Back to Lorenzo. He knew who you were and the things you'd done. You're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each other has. But that truth is gone now. And I guarantee...
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
Your freedom...
Gather around. I'm sure you're...
A high-altitude escape?
I'm sure you all remember, but we have now...
Guess that's my cue to leave. Traveler, Paimon, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. There may be a lot of people watching tonight.
Lenny, you two hit a lot. You don't have to tell lies to end up isolated.
You're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
So,
Like Lenny said, when you're...
but what about Gemma?
She'll figure out what's best.
All right. Well,
Magic should be mysterious, surprising, and defy logic. Magic is hard work. Every single movement has to be practiced thousands of times.
it's all right. We're used to that.
We're sorry. You've taught us so much, but we can't tell you the whole truth.
It's okay. Do you still remember what I told you? This world is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day, you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth. I want to perform a magic trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician, what greater honor could there be?
Look! Behold! Lenny is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape? 10 years ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Watch out!
Mysterious. Surprising. And logic-defying. Isn't that right? This honor belongs to you, Caesar. I'm just sorry it's a little late.
Did you see that? 1 minute he was falling, and the next, he turned into flat.
How could he...
How mysterious. I didn't blink once. He just vanished right in front of my eyes.
What a heart-stopping magic show! Caesar's name has finally been cleared, and Fontaine's new star magician Linny has fulfilled a wish on his behalf. Oh, I couldn't ask for a better grand finale. It will Looks like everyone really loved Linny's grand finale. Paimon doesn't see Linny anywhere. Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the usual hunt. But, oh, you mean the... Yeah, that's... All right, what?
you alright? Paimon with—
Magic is a performance art. A magician has to get creative to keep the audience on tenterhooks. I was honestly a little nervous during the live performance. The thought of falling... Sometimes, I can't help but wonder what Caesar thought in those... Did he regret taking Gemma and Lorenzo on? Or...
You know?
After I joined the House of the Hearth, I told you about my past, but I quickly realized I needed to learn. We were gifted and...
So that's why you—
Yes. In all, we own... For instance, but in truth, what amazed me, trust is a beauty.
Winnie...
Still worried about the way... But don't worry, I'm used to it now. After Caesar, that night, to keep secrets, you only realize how much someone really meant...
Yeah, cheer up. We've had to sit